Good day to you and welcome to something awesome, because this is the Lamborghini Huracan, and you may think that we've done this car before. We have done an orange Huracan before on Auto, but this is a different one, different exhaust, different body kit. So all the reason to do a full POV review. Okay, what's different? First off, this has these black Batmobile cover for the engine instead of the glass one we had on the previous Huracan, and this DMC carbon fiber rear kit, which looks awesome, really awesome, and an FI frequency intelligence exhaust. Amazing too. I have a little remote in the car with which I can operate the valves. And of course this side skirt, man, it really looks very cool. Okay, let's get in. Typically Audi key, it really is identical to the one of the Audi R8. Okay, on the inside it's the ridiculous bonkers Lamborghini styling with all these angles and cool red stuff like you're in a fighter jet. Let's first put on my seat belt. Okay, let's start it. This has an optional safety option. Well, options are always optional. I have to start it like this and then hold this tiny magnet somewhere over here. There we go. And this is the little remote for the exhaust. As you can see with the tiny logo on it, you have an on mode, off mode, valves on, open or closed, and a sport mode in which it operates the valves depending on the RPM. Okay, let's put that down. Okay, man, I love the styling of this thing. It really makes you feel like you're in something special with these gauges. Looks really cool. I do have an engine warning light, so no comments are required there. It's the tire pressure system which doesn't work at the moment. I don't know why, but it doesn't matter. I don't need it. Okay, let's put it in first gear, automatic mode, and let's go. So this basically is identical technically to the Audi R8 V10, the V10 Plus of course, because this has 610 HP. But the moment you get in this car, you realize it's much more of a supercar than the Audi is. The looks, you don't have any visibility. You do have some in the Audi R8. It's all easier and more comfortable in the Audi R8, and here it's just supercar crazy. Okay, here I have this little switch. You start off in Strada, which means street. You have Sport, which obviously means sport, and Corsa, which is Italian for track mode. Let's start in street mode and just keep it in automatic. Let's make sure that the valves are closed, so off. So in Strada it's pretty comfortable. It can deal with all the bumps and holes in the roads quite easily. The gearbox is the S-tronic from the Audi R8, so it's a dual clutch, and it's really easy and comfortable now I'm in Strada. But the moment I switch to sport, it gets more aggressive. As you can see. Okay, the indicator light, it's on the steering wheel. Well, I don't need it right now. But as you can see, it's here. Which also makes you feel like you're in a supercar, there's no doubt about it. When you press this button right here, you get different information menus with lap timers, max speed, average speed, basically the things you use on a track. And this is different to the R8. In the Lamborghini, the shifting pedals are attached to the steering column, and in the Audi they are on the steering wheel. So it depends on what you like most. The upside to having them on the steering wheel is that you can shift in corners. So if you have a lot of turn in, you can shift the gear easily without releasing the steering wheel. But the fixed position on the steering column has the advantage that they are always in the same place, so you don't need to think which one you need to use, because if you're steering like this, which is up, which is down. Let's open the exhaust. There it is, on. Okay, now here, this amazing V10. Switch to manual. Yes. Man, that's one of the best sounds I've ever heard in a car. In a car. Anywhere. Oh man, the bangs on the overrun. I hope you can hear me. This thing is so loud. Max did a launch control run when I was behind him with the camera, and I have never heard such a loud exhaust when the launch control is activated. It's ridiculous. Another reason I love these pedals is they're so huge and so outrageous. They just look a lot more fierce and cool than the ones on the R8, which just are these tiny things. A few months ago I was in the Lamborghini Gallardo Superleggera, and the comparison between these cars, because this is the successor to the Gallardo, man, the difference is huge. This is so much sharper, more nimble, it feels more modern. The gearbox is so much better than that old single clutch robotic automatic. This is a proper racy dual clutch, and the Gallardo had a automated manual, you can say. It had a clutch which just did the work for you, and it wasn't very reliable, it wasn't very comfortable, it's not as fast, and the engine isn't all that different, but now it has this amazing transmission. It just comes to life. It has been retained by the old transmission and now it hasn't. Because this car is four-wheel drive, you can do about anything with it. It's pretty foolproof. And I really like that about this Lamborghini, because the old Lamborghinis were very treacherous, hard to drive, not very comfortable. But this, man, those double downshifts. I've ever driven for Auto. It's not the fastest, but it really puts the biggest smile on your face. And the gearbox is phenomenal. This is how a good gearbox should be. I can only imagine how this must be driving the convertible version. That should be really awesome. This car also has a ridiculous launch control mode. You just put it in Corsa, turn off the traction control, left foot on the brake, right foot on the gas. And there we go! I can't get enough of this, man. Just these gears, going through the gears is so addictive. And there we go. One more time. Amazing. And the rev limiter sound. Okay, you haven't heard it yet. Here it comes. It's so fucking cool! I'm speechless. This is... I hope you can enjoy it as much as I'm enjoying this car, but I'm amazed, I'm astonished. I've driven this engine many times before in the Audi R8, in the Lamborghini Gallardo, but it really is something different in this. It's so, they nailed it. I really believe this is the best Lamborghini ever. Especially with this exhaust. And the looks, because that DMC carbon kit really makes it a very serious supercar. Okay, this was my short little review. It wasn't very informative, but I hope you enjoyed it. I think you did.